Hey guys, I'm Alastair from Trail and Kale, and this is my Adidas Ultraboost 5X review. A bit about me then. I'm just a regular guy, a non-elite athlete who absolutely loves running. Reviewing the latest running shoes and gear. My 5K PR is 19 minutes and 50 seconds, which I'm always trying to beat. I've run countless ultra marathons around the world, and my favourite distance is the cheeky half marathon. Road or trail, I love running on them both. I'm not afraid to let you know when a running shoe is crap, but also you're definitely going to know when one blows me away. Either way, our independent running shoe reviews are always 100% honest, reliable, and hopefully you'll come away from this video having learned something new. Let's start with who they're going to be best for then. Well, they're very much a max cushion daily trainer, but they do have excellent energy return as well, and very good stability. So if you do have overpronation issues, then these are going to be really good for you too. And because of all those features and how they look, pretty good that is in my opinion, they're also really good for everyday wear and going for walks or standing around all day. Straight on to the key statistics then, or specifications. Firstly, they cost $180. I will let you know by the end of this review if I think they're worth that price tag. How do they fit and how do they feel? Well, they're very much true to size. They have a medium width, but the toe box does feel quite airy to me, so there is a little bit of extra space. I wouldn't say it's a wide toe box, but it is roomy and it gives you a nice bit of room to let your toes splay when you're running. And that really helps with biomechanics. Now, I did notice the collars were fairly high, or higher than most running shoes that I review. So if you do have ankles that are low to the ground, then you might feel these areas around the collar kind of touching the bottom of your ankles. I did, and I would say my ankles are averagely placed from the ground. Having said that, this feeling did go away after I started running in them, so that's a good thing. What about the upper then? Well, I really do enjoy this upper. It's a knit material, it's very stretchy, it's all one piece, so there's no separate tongue, so to speak. And it really does secure your foot very nicely. And I feel like my whole foot is locked in place, especially around the heel. This heel counter here does have some flex to it, but it helps put your foot in the shoe and really secure it in place without putting too much pressure on your Achilles. So anyone who has had Achilles tendonitis issues in the past and you do worry about flaring up from that injury, then a heel counter like this is going to be your best friend. The lacing system is nothing fancy, but it just works, and that's what I look out for in a lacing system. So thumbs up there from me. And the upper does have a good level of breathability. It's not the best breathability out there. I've been running in some crazy temperatures, nearly 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in California right now. So I've been able to test the breathability to the max. And my feet were getting a little bit warm. It's hard to tell whether that's because of the weather right now or if it's the breathability of the upper. I can tell you airflow is good. If I put my hand in a shoe and breathe through it, very scientific test right there. I do feel a good amount of airflow, but that does mean it is going to be a very good all-season running shoe, and if you are running in cold temperatures, then this shoe should keep your feet nice and warm. So there's pros and cons to it. And then finally, there's tons of reflectivity over this shoe. I'm not sure if you can see, but this massive Adidas logo here is all reflective. There's some reflectivity on the front logo here as well, and the Adidas stripes on the side too. The midsole is using Adidas's Light Boost foam. That's their lightest foam yet, and I can tell you it is certainly a high stack height. With that, you get a really nice plush cushioning, but that's not to say it doesn't have good energy return as well, because it does. And I'll go over that in more detail in my performance review. If you're enjoying this review, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to this channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. We're getting close to 10,000 subscribers now, so definitely give this channel a follow and help us out. There's also a torsion system embedded in the shoe. Hopefully you can see there's this X on the outsole. Well, it's actually in the midsole, but you can see it from the outsole. All that does is help stabilize the shoe in the torsional profile so that you do get a more stable gait as you run. And I can tell you that works really well. It is a very stable shoe, which doesn't often come hand in hand with a plush high stack height. So Adidas has done a really good job of making this highly cushioned shoe stable. The outsole then is using a nice continental rubber compound, which is super sticky and grippy. Absolutely love it. It's very durable too. The drop from heel to toe is high. It's 10 millimeters, and at the heel the shoe sits 38 millimeters off the ground, and at the toe it's 28 millimeters. And finally, it weighs 9.3 ounces for a size US men's 9. That's my pair. And to put that in perspective, that's a mid-weight shoe for a daily trainer like this. Congratulations, you made it to my performance review. Firstly, I'm going to go over the things I really love about the Adidas Ultraboost 5X. Firstly, I've got to comment on the upper because it is just so comfortable. You slip it on and it's so easy and fast to get a nice secure fit. And a lot of that is down to this really nice stretchy knit upper. And it just kind of forms around your foot. I mean, it almost doesn't need the lacing system. It's that good a fit. The heel counter is really nice. Very comforting and supportive at the heel, and there's plenty of padding inside as well around the collars on the inside. That overall just makes the shoe feel really comfortable. Which leads me on to the next thing I really like about the Ultraboost 5X, and that's this midsole. The light boost foam is just so plush and cushioned, but with that you still have the energy return or the rebound. It feels very responsive when you're running. Like I'm not losing too much energy from the fact that it's a very cushioned and plush shoe. And I really like that. It's great for a daily trainer where you just want to bag miles, but you don't want to feel like you're sinking into a comfortable shoe. But I do feel like that drop of 10 millimeters could be lower. And if it was lower, I feel like the performance of the running shoe would be better. So I did some tests out there when I was running. I wanted to know how they would feel from a heel striker's perspective, but also from a forefoot runner's perspective. And I have to say these perform a lot better if you are a heel striker. I feel like the balance at the back, having that much of a stack height, is really where you get the benefit from the light boost foam. Next thing I really like is that continental rubber outsole. It's super grippy, and I know how good it is because I've been running in some Adidas trail running shoes lately. And the grip is fantastic, but also it's very durable. The next thing that's awesome is the toe box, the fact it's a little bit airier than most shoes. And that's really good because you do want your feet to splay when you're running, because that gives you better biomechanics and better form when you're running. Next up is I just love how they look. I really love the pops of color in the midsole, but also all the reflectivity around the shoe. It makes it a great shoe for running in low light conditions. For safety reasons, you will get seen if you are running with cars around, but also just as a lifestyle shoe, wearing around the city or town. I just love the style, and that's something that the Ultraboost series has done really well throughout time. They might have lost their way in the running scene at some point, but I feel like they're back with the Ultraboost 5X. And then finally, they are very sustainable, using 20% recycled materials. Plus. So quite honestly then, there really aren't that many bad things to say about this running shoe. For me, it's really the drop and the distribution of light boost foam across the midsole. I just feel like even if they reduced the drop by 2 millimeters, I'd prefer if it was 4 millimeters. That's not going to happen on the Ultraboost line, I know, but 2 millimeters away from the heel and having 2 millimeters more under the forefoot. It's going to make it a more versatile shoe. It's going to make it more appealing to forefoot strikers. And it would just make that light boost foam feel more responsive and springy across the whole midsole, across the whole length of the shoe. Anyone who's used to running in a high drop is not going to notice that, and they're just going to love it for how it feels. For a list of top alternative daily trainers, then definitely go check out my best daily trainers roundup. I'll put a link up there now so you can go check that out. I frequently update that post as and when I review new daily trainers, and if they're good enough to make it to that roundup, then I'll add them. Are they worth $180 then? Well, that's quite a lot of money. Yes, it's a premium shoe, so I feel like it does sit in that category of shoe where it is definitely providing good value for money. And I would recommend buying this because it's such a versatile shoe. It's a daily trainer that you can also wear just for everyday lifestyle, whether you're walking a dog or you need to wear a shoe at work, standing around all day, anything like that. For an expensive shoe, you want to be able to use that shoe in as many circumstances as possible. So yes, $180. This shoe definitely gets my seal of approval. Thanks for watching this Adidas Ultraboost 5X review. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions at all, you're not sure which running shoes are going to be best for you, just let me know your circumstances, put them in the comments down below, and I'll get you hooked up with the best running shoes for you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.